I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm going big.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Leading them out is their 6'3" quarterback, the third overall selection in 2018, Sam Darnold.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
And now we'll hook up downfield on second down. And all the way down to the 26. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 42 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he's got a moonwalk. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Succop. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right, and that will be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Crowder now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
52 is the mark, boy, 52. Watch your slant, watch your slant.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Darnold. And it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Here's Darnold. Got an open man, it's a noon one. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. He gets away from one. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Bell. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
Well, what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Bell a first down and then some. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. That good for 22 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. Takes us up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Breida. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And it'll bring up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Watch twitch. Single, slot.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 44, Darnold goes underneath for Bell. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
Matt Breida in the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far. Maybe
it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let one go deep for Park. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. picked off by Jamal Adams. Parker unable to get that one. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Bell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Oh, now Breida loses it, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Bell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and finally kept having to rope.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A give to Bell. Now and this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
Result of the play is a safety.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. The give is to Bell. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Here comes Grant on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now, second quarter, you're losing, you're not playing well. Probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, they'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. So we reach. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. This is Breida on the draw. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a fifth, barring a conversion here on third down. And this is Parker, complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Check three.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They're going to look to throw. Forced out to his left. It's complete to Grant. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Let them know.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Darnold. Caught here by Griffin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Darnold now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. On 1st down, Bell powers through. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On first down, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now it's Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll wind up getting 8, but it's not enough. 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 10. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This quarterback now has hit on 7 of 17 passes, just 41%, but it's 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll set up to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they said eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 38.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 38-yard line.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Going deep here for Parker. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll set up a throw. Dancing, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them. Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's Darnold, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. First down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker his second touchdown on the season, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
Single.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Bell. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And he's got a noon one. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Back to throw, Darnold. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
On second down, it's Bell. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Darnold. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it, and maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. Back to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. There he goes right side. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play you would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Sam Darnold in the offense. down by 1. A little under 40 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Caught here by Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now it's Darnold. He shakes him off. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. On now is Ryan Suckup for the field goal try. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And his kick is good. From 49 yards away, he nailed it. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jets, it'll be a 500 start.